Wake up! Welcome to episode of No Script News, where I give you guys some headlines that I read, some articles that I breezed through, and I give you the nitty gritty of what I can remember off the top of my head. No script news, right? No script. If I get something wrong, it's your fault for listening. This is the warning, guys. Warning! Beep, beep. That's a big girl backing up. Anywho, Xbox had decided that you guys are all too rich, that you guys make too much money. Microsoft says that you guys are just ranking in the dough, all Xbox fans. So they're gonna charge you more for everything. The prices of the Xbox Series X is going up. The prices of the controllers, the special editions, are going up. Doom controller was already like $80, then with tax like $90. And so I passed on it. And I like controllers, but I just couldn't justify paying like $90 for a controller that I'm gonna put on the wall. Even a controller that I'm gonna use, especially because I have other ones that I can use. But now they're gonna be costing like over $100. Come on, like why would I want to pop $100? Just pop, 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 pop. Same thing with games. Nintendo. Oh, freaking Nintendo. Okay, giving Xbox, Microsoft the excuse to raise their games to $80. $80 games, y'all. Think of some of the stinkers that we had out there. Like, or just mediocre games. They're okay games. But are they really worth $80? Some might be. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. Maybe even Call of Duty, because of the replay value. It has zombies, it has a campaign, it has multiplayer, and it has Warzone. But a lot of these games out here are not worth $80. Even first-party games are not worth $80. Microsoft, like Redfall, come on. There's a bunch of games that, even like South to Midnight, which I love, not worth $80. $50, man. That's a sweet spot when it comes to video games. But Microsoft's going to raise the prices. Just like Nintendo, just like PlayStation. And what sucks about this, what doesn't make sense, or I guess it makes perfect sense because they're corporations and they want all the money, is that they're making profits, record profits right now. Even though there's inflations, even though there's a tariff war, even though this, that, no matter what, they keep on making profits because they're squeezing money out of everybody, raising the prices on everything, everywhere. I've been noticing the trend on Twitter and what's that other one? TikTok, talking about how Vegas, is pretty much empty compared to what it was after COVID. It started to pick up a bit, but then now everything's just so expensive. They charge you for parking, they charge you for resort fees, they charge you for this, that, and no matter. And then like the drinks are like $30. It's like beer, just a can of beer, $10.
¡Ya llegaste, cabrón! Ya ni chingas, ¿cómo te dicen, don Vergas? Que llegas a la hora que se te dé tu puta gana. Allá te hubieras quedado para que te dieran de tragar y no estuvieras chingando aquí. Hijo de tu puta madre, pero ni avisas, cabrón, que vas a llegar tarde. Y uno como pendeja aquí esperándote.
It's like everywhere. They're just charging so much for everything. So, it's no surprise that the video game corporations are going to follow suit. Even though they are all making record profits, I should say. They got me all twisted up. So, I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. For me, is that I'm not going to buy those games. And that's why Game Pass is such a value. I mean, yes, you don't get to own the games, but even now, even with $80 games, you don't own them. Especially with all these license agreements that you're just renting the game. You're just buying the license or renting the license. Come on now. Something's got to change. But one thing it isn't going to change is my buying habits. And I'm not going to be paying $80 for Xbox games. I'm not going to be buying any more special controllers. I'm not going to be buying shit that I don't need anymore because they're just taking advantage, Like, they're just overcharging because they know they can. Because Americans out here are stupid, thinking that, these corporations have making excuses for them, pretty much. It's like, come on, guys, no excuses. This is the perfect time to pirate. Do whatever you can to save a buck. They're doing whatever they can to take that buck from you. So don't be a little biatch and, succumb to their demands. Like, fight the system. pirate your games, buy them used, trade them with each other, man. There's so many gamers out here that we have like different games. Like, why wouldn't we just mail them to each other? Hey, let me borrow your Zelda game. I'm gonna let you borrow this game. And some of us that are adults can be trusted to mail them back and stuff. I just don't understand that we're still, succumb to the system that they laid out for us and saying this is what you gotta do, suck it. You don't have to suck it. There's ways around it. I mean, there could be a whole partnership of gamers out there who just keep on lending each other games after they're done with them. Just gamers for gamers or something. I don't know. But the way that I see something like that happening, especially because these corporations have no chill. They have all this money, but they just want more. And it's like, not from my pockets. Especially when you have games like Expedition 33, which I'm playing on Game Pass. Not that I don't want to give them their money. In fact, I would rather give Expedition 33 studio my money because they delivered an awesome freaking game with so much like replay value because it's so long. An old school type RPG, but it's not old school. It's like modern. It's just awesome. It's a throwback, but not. It's just a good game. And it's priced at $50, which is consumer friendly. And as a result, it sold 1 million copies in a few days. A studio of 30 making one game, their first game. They're veterans, but still. Selling for $50. And it sold 1 million copies. A full game. Yeah, we have these other corporations out here want to charge you $80 for half-baked shit. Now, if you haven't played the Clair Obscur Expedition 33, man, it's a beautiful game. The music throughout the game is just stunning, haunting at times. But the writing is great. It's like humorous. It makes sense. Like the writing, like you would actually talk to people. It's not forced.
I want you to run. No, promise me. Run. Especially if we meet the man from the beach. We can't face him. You see him, you run.
Only if you do the same.
Oh, I'm running as soon as I see a strand of white hair, trust me. You won't even see me, I'm running so fast.
Oh, please, you're an old man. I can outrun you any day.
Yeah, right.
The characters are actually fleshed out and have, character. I mean, it's just such a great game. If you haven't played it, play it. It's on Xbox and PlayStation. I think on Switch, I'm not sure. But I'm playing it on Game Pass. If you're a gamer out there, if you want to save a few bucks, play it on Game Pass. The studio already sold 1 million copies. So Game Pass and the money they made from it is just cream, gravy. Just gravy. Speaking of Microsoft being greedy, they were the #1 publisher on PlayStation and Xbox for the third quarter of this year, with their overall revenue increasing 6% and their services 8%. So their strategy of going third party with their games is working. I mean, they've been #1, I think, last quarter and this quarter, which just goes to show that they don't need to raise their prices for their games, but they do it because, they can. So that's gonna do it for this episode of No Script News. Just had Microsoft, in the news, and I just had to report on it, especially because they're raising their prices and being so anti-consumer. But a lot of these companies are doing it. They're just, don't trust them. Do what you gotta do to save your money. And I wanted to celebrate, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 surpassing 1 million players. 1 million copies sold, actually. It's more than 1 million players because it's on Xbox Game Pass as well. It just goes to show that if you actually make a great game, gamers will come. Gamers will reward you for it. And again, just reporting that Microsoft is making money, so all this raising prices is just plain greed. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.